First off, I'd like to thank the Perkins School for hosting such an event like this, especially when a unique opportunity in the midst of the protests going on, 20th week that it's going on. So a lot of the times we're stuck talking about things in the past, but this is still very prescient and very, very important to nowadays. I have so many questions, but I think I'll limit it to one for now. And to the panel, but I guess specifically Dr. Chung, I would say that we're starting to see some ramifications of the Hong Kong protest movement in the wider international sphere. So just today in Iraq, there were some announcements that the protesters there, who have suffered over 100 deaths, I believe, at this point in the most recent round of protests, have come together and stipulated that they have 26 demands for their government that they're going to try to press for, and that will eventually that they were trying to agitate for. I believe that there are similar sorts of tactics being practiced, I know in Catalonia for the Catalonian independence, and also in Lebanon. There's other protests that have emerged recently in Ecuador and Chile. So my question, and this relates to your thesis, is does the sort of embodiment of this like wider rejection of the Hong Kong government and this sort of this undercurrent form of protests, like, is it something that is limited in space to Hong Kong alone, or could it grow beyond and become more of an international movement where you see a lot more of participation from just the broader public and a sort of identification with what happened and what started 20 weeks ago?
If I could ask you to do a quick answer, and then I'm going to collect all the questions from the remaining questioners, right? Then we can actually have a collective conversation.
Okay, a quick answer is that I would say what is happening right now in Hong Kong should be understood from the globalization perspective. So that is to say, what is going on in Hong Kong should be counted as one of the global social movement. So in other words, that it is very obvious in Hong Kong. For instance, like we're not only talking about the local issues here, we try our best to translate what has been happening in Hong Kong in different languages in different parts of the world, and also advertise in their newspaper to let the whole world know, so that we can join hands together to do something else. So I found that, to a certain extent, such kind of global civil movement is, I can't say it's very effective, but it's going well. We let what other people know what is going on. And I hope that, maybe one day, when what is happening right now in Hong Kong have passed, Hong Kong can also show similar solidarity with people happening right now in Indonesia, in Kashmir, something like that, So what I'm thinking is that some kind of global civil movement or society is forming and is emerging.